That mellow vibe form.
I like it.
Yeah. Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back, y'all.
No, apologies. Welcome black, everybody.
Hey. Welcome black to Film Noir.
Yes, indeed.
The AfterGROW presents Film Noir. Oh, we in here. I feel like I should put on my, my low voice.
Your low voice?
This one. Yeah.
We got these are definitely the cinematic vibes for the people.
Oh, yeah.
Because we come to them every Tuesday.
Getting them ready.
Yeah, where we discuss movies, TV shows, documentaries that have black leads.
All black leads.
Black anything, black topics, black discussions.
Tuesdays, we're live. YouTube Live, 7:45.
This is for the people. The AfterGROW. I'm digging this one too. I'm digging this one too.
Like,
yeah. I'm digging this one. Yeah, I'm digging this intro here. Look, if you follow by Jade and Smile Vlog Baltimore, everybody out there saw the reels today.
Hey, okay.
Hopefully you guys were paying attention last week, ladies and gentlemen, when we asked you, to get your HBO subscriptions up.
Get them up.
Get your Amazon Prime subscription up.
Get them up.
All of these subscriptions, your Peacock, your
Hulu. Points together.
We hopefully you got this HBO Max jumping.
Yeah.
And you watch Slow Hustle.
That's what we're working on today. That's what we're talking about today.
Yes.
The Slow Hustle.
Directed by Sonja Sohn.
Another one.
Of The Wire fame.
Yeah.
It's
need to check out.
Yeah.
I still need to watch The Wire.
Watch The Wire?
Yeah, I got to catch up.
All right, so when the winter comes and it gets a little cold and, it's time to sit in and you can binge watch.
Yes.
Because The Wire's 5 seasons. Yeah, so you would have to get,
sheesh. I need a snuggle buddy.
Yeah, you would have to dive deep into that.
And watch that with. Okay.
Yeah, and check it out. But, Sonja Sohn, she did a great job in that. Did an even better job with
The Slow Hustle.
The Slow Hustle.
I really enjoyed this documentary.
Yeah. Well,
documentary.
Yeah, we're going to break it down for the people.
Yeah.
We're hoping that everybody's coming in, they jumping in. Our zoners, hoping you guys are tuning in.
Yeah, where you at?
Join us tonight. Hear the discussion. Hear all the good, uncensored, dynamic views from your boy Joey Garner.
From your girl Jade Davis.
Yes, indeed. And this is the AfterGROW.
Let's grow.
Yeah. Gotta take the music out real slow. I like how we did that there. That was smooth. Yeah. Good vibe. Definitely good vibes.
Good vibes. Good
all
vibes.
around the board. All around the board.
All right.
So
you ready to jump into this?
And this in-depth analysis.
You sounded just like the emoji.
That's my favorite one now, man. The emoji when he's blowing the smoke out his mouth, man. A lot of things need that. A lot of things need that
and
right
then
now.
Follow up with.
Sheesh.
speaking of sheesh, we can take that right in. We can segue that right into this whole documentary.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yep. Right into it. So what do you think? Because brief small talk before we get into an overview.
So I think it's well-deserved for Sean Suiter and his family. I think it's a great documentary that gives us a little more insight into, what happened with the case. Give us a little more details, a little more behind the scenes, so we have some more understanding of what happened. Because I remember just being a Baltimorean and hearing it on the news and being like, he ain't do that. Nah, something fishy is up. Something fishy is up. And the day that he passed, he was supposed to testify the very next day. That's enough for me. All of those. You diving way into it right now. But that once those type of issues get divulged, and it's like, that part.
It definitely makes you frown your eyebrows and think, nah, something fishy is up. You got to be one of those individuals that read between the lines.
Scratch your head.
Yeah, and that's definitely what the slow hustle helped us do. It helped us read between the lines.
I agree. Write that down. Yeah. That's a hashtag. But I do like that we got to hear from, of course, D. Watkins, Baltimore native. I do like that we got to hear from Justin Fenton, and all of the other journalists. Who else did we get to hear? We got to hear from the media guy. I don't know exactly what your title is, sir. I'm so sorry, but I guess he helps relay to the media, I guess, what's happening behind the scenes for Baltimore City Police Department, and I thought that was interesting. So, just to hear from all these, and of course, Sean Suiter's wife and family. Yeah, his children. So
they had Jane Miller, a lot of famous reporters. From Charm City in there. And then, of course, all of the political figures that were involved in all of this, Mosby. We saw him flash Catherine Pugh. Yeah, so all of the right clips were used.
The commissioner, we got to hear from the commissioner.
Commissioner Frazier at the time. So
Frazier, I thought it was Kevin James.
James. Okay, it was a lot of different guys.
It was,
man. People were losing their jobs.
It was. What was it? 3 by the end of all of this, right?
Yeah. Throughout the entire process, a different police commissioner every 2 years, a different mayor every 2 years. So
message.
When you don't have the continuity, what's going to happen.
What can you expect?
What is going to happen? Who knows?
I got questions, though.
What questions?
And I guess with this question, I'll look it up and bring it back to the people on Thursday.
Go ahead.
Plug. Why would people step into this knowing, not that they shouldn't, because we deserve, the right people to step in, because clearly we needed the help, but people knew that they were coming into a messy situation. They had to have known, right? They had to have known.
Got the job where you knew you were going to get fired.
You knew it. It seems like Baltimore City's reputation precedes itself. It seems like people already knew. Especially, we'll go more into the documentary, but I'll stop there.
Okay, I got you.
What about you? What is your...
We're going to give the people some graphics. I'm gonna pull it up.
Let's go.
Yeah, so they can see some pictures here. Let me pull up some things here. Find some.
Y'all jump in the comments too, please.
Yeah, join us.
Share us if you've seen the Slow Hustle before. Are you up on your subscriptions? Let us know. What are your thoughts? What are you thinking right now?
Coming through. Here we go. Boom.
Let's grow, T-Sams, in the comments. Let's grow, fam.
There we go. Had to set the mood.
Okay.
that fireside chat when we do these things. But
love it.
I mean, well, so overall, right? Once again, directed by Sonja Sohn.
Yes.
Okay, Sonja Sohn did a couple of things. Okay. You know what I mean? When I did my research, all right, she starred as Detective Kima Greggs in The Wire. Okay. She also directed Baltimore Rising.
She did.
So, hey, shout out to Kwame Rose out there.
Another one.
Right?
Shout out to you, Kwame.
Okay, you see the
oh, look at that.
Yeah, you see the pictures on the screen there. Shout out to D. Watkins. who served a major role in this part. He also directed an episode of We Own This City.
I think it was the third episode.
Episode 3?
I think it was the third episode. Okay. The episode that included the riots.
Okay.
The uprising.
Okay. No, not you, sir. Come on, man. Leave us alone today. But yeah, so, this, the Slow Hustle, he was all in it. They definitely used his opinion, used his information to kind of formulate, a definite idea there. So, it was good stuff, man. It was definitely good stuff. It's, and like you said, it was good to see from the grieving widow's side. Because a lot of people don't see that, don't deal with that side of homicide, that side of death. They always look at the person that actually committed the act. Yeah. And they're worried about them going to jail, serving time, and you don't really understand the effect that it has on the people in your life, the people around you. All of those different things. So it's just I got some statistics that I'm gonna give to us. So they tried to paint a picture that publicly with the police department, they tried to paint a picture, and then HBO kind of backed them up with We Own This City, with trying to paint a picture that Sean Suter committed suicide. Which is so interesting because they painted multiple pictures. Yeah. But okay, yes. But as and we'll get into it later. But it just it's all devastating. It's all devastating. It's all a shame. It's all a shame that we as a city had to go through this. Definitely it's definitely a shame in that. But, I agree. Breaks my heart. Yeah. That's my brief little overview of Slow Hustle. All right. What we got to see. So great one. We got a couple little clips for the people here. Speaking of clips, shout out to the cinematography team. I'm always paying attention to the different shots and stuff like that. So I really enjoy how they came in with like a drone shot over top of the alley that Sean Suter was found in. So I really appreciated that. I also liked how D. Watkins was how he would narrate the story through typing on his computer. So they would show that. That's good stuff. Yeah. And I think my favorite shot is when they zoomed in kind of on a hat that he had in the background while he was typing. And what I wrote it down. Oh, and the hat says, "Be you, respect all, seek no approval." So I was like, I'm going to assume that hat is D. Watkins' hat. So that like gives us more into who he is now as a person. So I was like, okay, I see y'all. Yeah. Well, I follow all those guys, and down below in the description below, you see our Instagram links by Jade, Smile Vlog, Baltimore, Zone 16. Shout out to the Wellionaires. Follow us there. Shout out to Chisel Up. Follow us there. But I follow all those guys on Twitter. Yeah. Twitter. You are the Twitter king. Yeah. I like Twitter. Black Twitter. Always on Twitter. If y'all haven't followed, please follow. Charm _report or Zone 16 Network. Yes. I like to get it in on Twitter, definitely. All right, so let me find this clip, Jade. We are going to entertain the people. Show them. Yeah. And where's this clip from? Okay, I grabbed this from a documentary I saw on Al Jazeera TV. All right, and they were speaking specifically on what was going on with the Gun Trace Task Force. You see Joe Carter in the clip. They talk about just corrupt police in general. So that I sent it to you earlier. Yeah. If you want to think about it. So here we go. Let's go.
Above the people is just a culture. It's a mentality.
During the Obama administration, Department of Justice Attorney Jonathan Smith revealed a national trend. DOJ investigations of some 20 American cities found that police had failed to police their own.
The finding that accountability systems are inadequate and broken, and that internal affairs is not designed to identify and address serious misconduct of police officers is a common finding in police department after police department after police department.
documentary.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nah, it's okay. I should have warned you we were coming back.
I wasn't ready.
Yeah, nah. This wasn't from. This
like,
was
wait a
from a
minute.
documentary, based on the documentary. And
Wow.
yeah, and they're just talking about corrupt police departments and how it is an issue nationwide. It's not just something that's going on here in Baltimore. And then for us to find out that, this document, it's 2022?
Yeah.
And these are events that were dating back to
2010?
I mean, there was some, and we own this city. They were saying 2009, 2006,
Ooh.
2003. So these guys have, for the better part of, 2 decades been lawless, just as lawless as the criminals that they're supposed to be,
And that's only what we know about.
Yeah, exactly. That's the crazy thing about it. Though, all of this didn't come to, hadn't come to light,
Yeah.
If, how will we know? How will we know?
How would we know?
Yeah, you really got to think about it. It was because an outside, excuse me, an outside investigative agency had to do all of this. It was the FBI. And so it wasn't like the police were, Internal Affairs didn't find any of this out. Correct. Or anything like that.
Right.
Literally, this was, these were FBI charges that were brought. And these guys, so if it wasn't for the feds, as they call them, so a lot of this may not even have taken place because local government, Internal Affairs, they were kind of letting things slide. Guys like Daniel Herschel still.
I'm so glad you brought him up.
It's just
because talking about it all of this dating back so far, and then talking about how this is only what we know so far. This is only what we can see and what we know of. Something else that D. Watkins pointed out was talking about how Herschel is still a human, and how he had to be able to humble himself to be like, as a writer, as an author, as a reporter, to be able to say, this man that I consider the devil that has hurt me and people that I know, how can I sit back and look at him as a human? And then he had to understand it was people doing this before he even got there. This is what he was introduced into.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tough.
Can you wrap your mind around that?
It's so many layers to it. There's so many layers to it, too many layers of corruption going on out here, It's like, man.
It is.
So I'm actually glad, and I'll pull it up again. I got pictures of her, so everybody can see Sonja Sohn.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Good pictures of her. I'm glad that she took the time to embrace our city the way she did. From being, like I said, Detective Kima Griggs in The Wire, and now she's like a surrogate, surrogate Baltimorean, and she's here, diving in, advocating for the city and exposing things, and we appreciate her taking the time to create this documentary, because the narrative, I mean, when you think about it, the narrative when it first came out, they were, they had the neighborhoods on lockdown. Everything, looking for a phantom.
It's a homicide. Who did it? What he had on a black jacket with a white stripe.
And then,
where's that guy at?
Man, and then now all of a sudden, no one knew anything, and then when they came out with the suicide narrative, it's like, oh no, come on. So shout out to Big Sis, Detective Kima Griggs, Sonja Sohn out there. Shout out to Big Sis for saying, hold up, wait a minute.
Shout out to you, sis.
Yeah, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute, brother.
Let's investigate some of this.
So thank you.
Yeah, let's investigate some of this and get it together,
Yeah, we needed that.
Definitely.
Sean Suter needed that. His family needed that. At least for people to hear it. Because, like, his wife, Nicole Suter, said on the documentary, we still have so many unanswered questions.
Unanswered.
Could you imagine? all this time is passing, and you just waiting for information. Like, I just want to know what happened. Y'all don't know? And that's another thing that one of the reporters was talking about. I think it was Jane, and she was saying, like, why can't Baltimore City just get it right?
Get it right.
Get it right. People were tampering with the scene. Like,
we'll definitely play that clip for him. We had that. We got that clip in the that's in the trailer clip that we had for him. But it's just, oh man,
do the right thing.
Just keep messing up to that tune.
That's how they got to the whole suicide thing. Shout out to T. Sam. She said, I love how his wife and his kids are fighting for him. And the craziest part of the documentary was hearing how Internal Affairs, is afraid to investigate and find fault with the police, knowing how corrupt they are.
Now, you know something that I noticed, and, you know, we always look at the film and try to look in the background and see what we see.
Oh, yeah, in Baltimore.
That where Eternal Affairs is, I'm like, man, I drive past that all the time. Had no idea that's what
it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right over there by Montebello, Kirk Avenue, all of that. I'm exposing where Eternal Affairs is now. I guess you're not supposed to know. It's behind City College, 25th Street. Those guys are over there. Yeah, that's where they are.
Those guys are over there. Check them out.
Yeah, the guys that aren't prosecuting any police officers.
Hey. Oh.
Yeah.
Another message.
Wait, where is it?
Dropping the coin.
Oh, you're not supposed to tell them.
Oh, Sugarfoot. My bad. I got excited.
You're not supposed to tell them.
I got excited.
Quainted.
Slipped out.
Quainted.
But yeah.
So I got some statistics for the people. Some statistics. Definitely got some statistics for the people.
Bring the statistics.
So they tried to paint this narrative, and we got to look into it. All right, so let me pull my notes out, get my music going here.
Yes, let's talk about this narrative.
Yeah, that they tried to create here.
Oh, I wanted to answer something that you said earlier too. All right, I'll write it down.
Yeah, we'll come right back to it. So I went, I had the time today, preparing for the show, to do some research. I went on the Suicide Prevention Resource Center, so sprc.org.
Okay.
Right, sprc.org.
What they have for us?
All right, so here's the first thing. So as recent as 2018, all right, the black population was roughly 13.4% of the U.S. population.
13.4.
Yeah, so with 13.4, and that, you figure in the last 4 years,
okay,
and everybody's got their quarantine relationships going on and everything. They came, a lot of people came out with babies on the other side of that. So let's pop that up maybe to 14 and a half.
Okay.
All right, so around there. But in the overall population, the suicide death rate for black men is 3 times that of women.
3 times?
3 times that of black women. All right, these are stats coming from sprc.org. All right, the black population suicide rate, all right, was roughly under half the overall U.S. suicide rate. So per 100,000 people, black people commit suicide 7.7%. Yeah, well, people out of 100,000. And for the United States, it's around 13.5.
Black folk?
Yeah. Well, no, 13.5 for everyone all together.
That's 13.5.
Yeah.
And then out of that 13.5, 7.7.
So, and you see from those stats there, right? So I'm saying all of this to say, it's, for us, it's kind of hard to believe because, okay, well, they say that black men do commit suicide more often than black women, but black people as a whole commit suicide at a lesser rate than everyone else, than what's going on out here. The ultimate sin, that's what we want to call this, right? What's going on when you commit suicide, right? If we want to speak in the nature of sins. So, and I'll let you, I see you ready to come in. Yeah. So, I say all of that to say it just, that's why it was hard for our community. That's why it's hard for somebody like D. Watkins, who you see in the documentary, to believe it. That's why it's hard for when, you see someone like Sonja Sohn, do the documentary, because it's like, well, no, we saw that the police have been corrupt.
Yeah.
So what could they be possibly covering up that they're trying to make us believe is something that
right
rarely happens, you know. But go ahead. Go ahead. I saw
right.
you
What
know,
could they
go
be
ahead.
covering up?
Yeah.
I'll come back to it.
Oh yeah.
I'll come back to it because what's most important is that I just want to say, I love you, black man.
There you go.
I really do.
Thank you, sis. Thank you. We appreciate that.
We love you.
So, hey, look, they try to create these narratives out here, you know, and they say, oh, black men got it easy, and you know, they try to separate us with the narrative, and you know, and women think that black women think that they have it hard, but if you look at it, we all got it bad.
We all got it bad.
We all got it bad.
Real talk.
You know, we all got it bad. Black men are
now
dealing with stress,
and
the black family is dealing with stress.
I'm learning more and more about the, you know, as a black woman, I can learn a lot about black women, you know, but now with intent, I'm learning more about the struggles of the black man and how it affects you all here in America. Like just hearing stats like that, like 3 times more than the black woman, like that's, wow. You don't know what to expect, but that's like, those numbers do not make me feel good. So they make me want to remind my fellow sisters and the kings out here that we need to love each other. Like you said, we all got it bad. We ain't got no time for the nonsense, for real, for real. That being said,
I didn't even drop the beat. It did it, and it, you know what I mean? The beat dropped for Jade, like, quink. Go ahead, dog.
When you say, all right, so out of 13.5, 7.7% is black. I don't know if I can agree with your statement that, you know, we're less, because if 7.7 is black, that means everybody else is not white.
That's true.
So this is America. You know, it's America. We got white folk, we got a whole lot of different cultures here. So that means, damn. To me, I see that as we are the higher, honestly, which proves more to your point where you say we all got it bad.
Got it bad. A lot of pressure in our community.
It is.
A lot of pressure going on in our community, man. But yeah, if you want to check those stats out, go to Suicide Prevention Resource Center. That's sprc.org, man. And you know, we always try to look out for those in need. You know, if you know anybody that is contemplating suicide or you know, has gone through that, man, definitely reach out to them. You know, and try to help them through it. So, you know, that's what they want us to believe that Sean Suter did. And you know, somebody should have reached out to that guy and, you know, told him, you know, help them out. But maybe he didn't.
Are you believing it?
I mean, that's the
all
narrative.
right. So I'm gonna tell you what Justin Fenton said. I wrote this down. He said, "I'm not paid to tell you what I think. I'm paid to tell you what I know, and we don't know shit about this case." I was like, he better. Boom, that matches your face exactly. It's like, we really don't know.
I have no idea.
We really don't know.
I have no idea.
Which is why I'm a little bothered about We Own the City and how they ended that. So I don't want to ruin it for anybody that hasn't watched it yet. But
so, and then, all right, so you and I discussed this off camera.
Yeah.
Slow Hustle came out, was released December 7th, 2021, right? We Own the City came out in April of this year. Okay. Did they come out in the right order? Did we, you know, did they do the right thing there with that?
So, yeah.
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 Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
They gave us all the information for the case first.
Okay.
And then brought out We Own the City.
And showed us everything. Showed us everything that it was involved with it. Okay.
Yeah. Honestly, though, but I personally preferred, I'm glad I watched We Own the City first. And then watched The Slow Hustle. Okay. Actually. Yes, and.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So for the people that have not seen it yet, and hold that thought, Jade. Don't lose it. Yep. Don't lose it. We are going to show them a brief trailer from Slow Hustle.
Oh, very nice.
All right, yeah. Get your subscriptions up. HBO Max, man. Check it out. Sonja Sohn, Slow Hustle. Here we go.
The Baltimore Police Department is one of the most corrupt police forces in the country. The regular people in Harlem Park, they had nothing to do with any of this. But the abuse that they were willing to subject them to.
They were offering a giant reward and tearing apart the city.
For days, this investigation operated on a false assumption. How come this department can't get it right?
I don't know why this is happening, but something's happening.
New information tonight. Suitor was set to testify against 8 elite Baltimore officers the next day.
And that was, wow.
All right, we back, Jade. You just sitting there in disbelief looking at.
It's embarrassing.
And look, for us to sit here and say that we want to change the narrative of what's going on in our wonderful city, and we got to deal with, issues like this.
Like that.
Yeah, it just gets a little crazy, right? When
It's not gonna be easy.
They say that the police department is one of the most corrupt in the country. In the country. Sheesh. And these guys are supposed to be serving and protecting.
I laugh because I don't even know what else to do. I really don't. Other than, what we're doing with the AfterGROW, and the things that we do that bring us joy. Other than that, it's like, what you gonna do?
Shout out to Joe Carter that we saw in the clips there. Another delegate. The city right now is going through. Today was the election.
Oh yeah.
So they're going through. They're choosing
election day.
Governor. They're choosing the attorney general. We think about it. They got O'Malley's wife running for attorney general, and when
no
we think,
comment.
Yeah, when you think about stats that came up in We Own This City and then now in the Slow Hustle, you find out that during O'Malley's reign in Baltimore, it was like New York, stop and frisk, like everything was zero tolerance. So that is when these police started to run wild. Was during O'Malley's reign, and now currently his wife is running for Attorney General of the state.
That is hilarious.
And her husband was the mayor of the city when the Gun Trace Task Force started everything that they were doing.
It's kind of, what is the word I'm looking for? There's a word I'm looking for here. I think it starts with an I. Like, it's disrespectful. Like, come on now. How you gonna come at us like that? After all that happened down with O'Malley, and then you pop up, and
we must have forgot.
The Slow Hustle has dropped.
We must have forgot. No one's watching this stuff.
Baltimore Rising has dropped, and that was the other. That was a question that you asked earlier that I wanted to
go ahead
respond to, when you were like, how would we know if internal affairs or if an outside source didn't come in and expose or say whatever or find what they found? How would we know? Well, honestly, the city. If we listen to our people, then we would know. You got Young Moose is in.
I saw. Yeah,
he's in the Slow Hustle.
Yeah.
He's talking about it in his raps.
In his songs.
What I'm saying?
Yep.
And if you're not a rap fan or something like that, then you may not hear it or anything. But if you listen to the city, they're talking.
The streets.
We gotta put our,
the streets is watching.
The streets is watching. We put our ears to the streets.
Yeah.
We would hear it, because the people that have been affected by this the whole time, they've been talking about it, but nobody's listening. Nobody's listening, and you can tell nobody's listening because things aren't getting better in this city, and that's something else that they're talking about in this documentary about how things are set up. What is her? I think you said her name's Jill. Is it Jill Carter?
Jill Carter.
Jill Carter. She's talking about how the system is setting it up so that we fail, basically, here in Baltimore City, more specifically. I mean, it's a nationwide thing, but it's set up like this.
We got to deal with home first. So we let those guys have their problems elsewhere. We're dealing with, we're trying to clean up.
Ashe.
Yeah, we trying to clean up our backyard here.
I agree.
Man.
Everything starts with home.
Tough times.
Culture first. Yeah.
Slow hustle. It's a slow hustle.
I was going to ask you, what did you think, like, how do you think the title of the documentary, like, how do you think it fits in with the documentary?
I mean, it was a good choice, right? Because, you know, and all around the board, right? Because everybody was hustling in it, you know? Everybody. And here's the real bad thing about it. So I sent you, and I wish I would have downloaded it so we could pop it up on the screen for the people to see. But remember, I sent you the clip of the one brother who he's about to, you know, he got caught up in the gun trace task force, received $600,000 for it.
He also went to jail.
Yeah, went to jail for 7 years. They paid him for, you know, falsely accusing him of what he did.
Yeah.
And then the brother gets out. And
what they do? What Dave Chappelle say?
Keeping it real when it goes wrong. When keeping it real goes wrong.
Give y'all niggas money.
Yes. Soon as the brother gets money. You know, and then I don't want to throw him under, because, you know, anybody can Google, you know, Umar, what was it? Umar Bentley, I believe. Yeah, you know what I mean? But it's just like, come on, God, like, you don't win a case.
You haven't even said it yet.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like you don't win a case proving that the police department is corrupt, and then 7 years later, 8 years later, when you get out, you get the money. You know, you go back to jail for doing pretty much what you were doing that they said you were doing. So like I said, it's so
wow.
It's
Can't
crazy.
Make this stuff up.
Yeah, it's crazy because it's like, well, you know, it just, you know, it's like, well, are the police right? But then it's like, you don't want to say that.
You don't want to say it.
But then you have instances like this.
But you got to clean up home. And that's another point. This is so great. It's another segue to a point that D. Watkins brought up. And he was like, the reason he was saying that him and, how do I pronounce his name? Herschel. Mm-hmm. Him and Herschel both grew up on the east side. They both made bad decisions in life at one point. He was like, but he feels like one of the main differences is at some point, D. Watkins chose to do the right thing, what he felt was the right thing. Yes. Herschel was never held accountable and never chose to do the right thing. He was never held accountable. So if we're going to really, while we are cleaning up house, we got to be able to hold our people accountable.
That's the message. Wait, let me find it. It's coming.
I know it is.
We keep adding them coins to the jar, man. We are filling this thing up, and filling this thing up with knowledge, because that's what it was about. And shout out to D. Watkins, man, because it's to see all of the stuff that he's doing. You see we got it up on the screen right now. You see the brother, behind the scenes with the camera, and and for him to basically describe, going from, crack to cinema is,
Wow, crack to cinema.
Yeah. And then, when you look at our people, we do that a lot. We go from lemons to lemonade, So.
Resilient. Yes. Resilient people are we.
Yes. It's always a good thing to see. They still in the comments. They still riding with us because we keep these short, so we got a couple more minutes before we get out of here this week.
Oh, I'm
and we
paused.
Appreciate
I don't know
everyone.
what I did. I'm paused.
Oh, all right. We appreciate everybody for joining us.
Always.
Yes. Continue to like, share, follow, subscribe, all of that good stuff.
All of that. Drop some movies. Drop some film
that we can talk about
with black leads
here on Film Noir.
Yes.
So all right. We did a TV series. We did a documentary. Today we kind of filled. We talked about the director as well. We talked about Sonja Sohn. So we we kind of filled it up there. You hadn't got any ideas for next week? Anything to sit down and watch? What you watching?
Do a comedy.
Lighten it up a little bit after being so serious.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit, or like a comedy drama. Comedy drama.
What you got? Where you want to go with it?
I don't got
comedy drama.
That's what I got.
Comedy. All right. So, have you ever seen Have Plenty?
Who? No.
All right. So
who's in that?
We got to find a way.
Have Plenty.
Have. So HAV.
Have.
HAV Plenty, PLENTY. All right, so we gotta find. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Interesting. Plenty is spelled correctly. But
Let's do it. You want it?
It's missing an E.
Look, and it's black.
I love it.
Directed by a black person, stars black people. It's comedic to some sense. It's independent.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So, hey, if you're out there with us, ladies and gentlemen in the zone, you know
all seen Have Plenty?
Yeah, if you've, I'm. That's what we're here for. I'm here to put Jade on. And she said she wanted to laugh. She said, "Hey, we discussed some heavy things. You see. Look, we got a lot of tough stuff going floating below us in the graphic. We discussed a lot of heavy things. So next week we want to laugh a little bit with independent film here. So we're gonna go Have Plenty.
Have Plenty.
Check it out, Jade.
Okay,
I'm
back. We're back. We're black.
Yep.
My internet dropped. My reception dropped, man.
Okay,
what's that all about?
It's all good.
Oh, the suicide stats are feeding the teachy in me. Is that am I reading that correctly? Techie.
The techie in me. Yeah.
The techie in me. Numbers don't lie.
There it is.
That part. No, they don't. They tell the truth every time.
Yeah. So
all right, so Have Plenty.
You ready for it?
Yeah.
You ready for it?
We got to figure out what network, where it's streaming.
I'm sure a lot of this stuff, you can find it on Amazon.
Okay.
I know Netflix had it for a while. Check to see if Netflix had it.
I'll check Netflix.
Shout out to my Fire Stick people. So I have never.
I just got a Fire Stick. Thank you, E. Brady.
Yeah.
Shout out to you.
Look, hey, E. Brady did it big then. Because I had always been using, and if you see it over there, you can see it underneath of the monitor. I've always been an Apple TV guy. Early on, I started off with the Roku.
I remember Roku.
Remember Roku?
Yeah.
So once I got introduced to this Fire Stick, T. Sam's with the Wellionaires, it's like, oh, man.
Life changed.
Man.
Did you break it?
Man, you get that thing jailbroken. Shorty. Look, and there's an app on the Fire Stick called Cinema.
Okay.
So you have the Fire Stick.
I haven't hooked it up yet. I have the Fire.
Nah.
I have it in my.
Hook it up.
Okay.
You got it. Get it broken.
Okay.
Put the Cinema app on there.
Cinema.
Put the Cinema app on there. And
Cinema app.
Yeah, and you're gonna be good.
All right.
Gonna be good. Absolutely.
That I will do.
So you hear this, right? They hear it right now. Is it coming?
They don't hear it.
Oh. There it is.
That's okay.
It's okay.
That's okay, because we're going to be Black Thursday.
Yes.
With the AfterGROW.
Yes, indeed. With the soulful playlist for the people.
Let's grow.
Tune into the day before, 7:45 live.
We're live on YouTube. Subscribe, share, tag, repost. Turn on those notifications so that you don't miss anything.
Let us know about it. Hey, follow us on Instagram. Like I said, it's right down below. All right. Drop some suggestions this week. We want to know what tunes you want to hear on Thursday. All right. What you want to hear in the playlist. Because if not, me and Jada keep dominating the aux chord like we do and make that thing happen.
Come on. Let us know. Talk to us.
All right. So scroll through your Fire Stick out there.
Okay.
Track down Have Plenty. Find some time between now and next Tuesday because Jade wants to lighten it up a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, so we're going black leads. It's going to give us a little romance. All right?
What is it?
Yeah, it's going to give us a little romance and it's going to give us a little comedy.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Black leads. Have Plenty.
Only.
All right?
Yeah.
Let's grow.
Yeah.
We out of here, man.
Peace.
Woo!